Hello. Just checking. I've got my mic on and camera going. Great. So, welcome to another live stream. Managed to get a bunch of stuff done last week again. So, as usual, while we're starting up, I am going to go through what I did last week. So I've got a couple of new cards. It's my 2 cards a day. 2 cards a week keeps the doctor away. So I've got one called In the Flow, where maneuvers are free for the rest of the turn. So this is my crusade to try and get it so that people are going to use the whole range system and work with long ranges as well as short ranges. So if you get this card, it helps make sure that you can go further away and closer to the enemy. Another card that's also trying to make people want to be further away is Got My Eye on You. So this is something you can apply to a salvo, and every turn it evades 1 projectile. So the longer you keep it in flight, the more it will. It's kind of like poison, really, like a poison mechanic in Slay the Spire, but for a salvo. So it sort of gets eaten up every turn. I've got a new cool surrender screen that I'll show you, so it's a bit more obvious when they surrender. I've introduced salvo status effects, which is a nice sort of under the hood thing that I've added, which is going to open the door to a lot of new cards. So salvos have a sort of effect as they go along. We already had one actually, Splitter, the one that splits every turn, and now it's much more obvious. We've got four more cards, artwork for 4 more cards, which is really nice. I love it when I get new art, so we'll see those when they come up. I added a reload sound. I'm trying to add some more sounds, but I only managed 1 this time. And I did some improvements to the user experience, so projectiles are much more snappy now because they were a little bit sluggish, so it feels a little bit more snappy in general. I've got the arrow, which now gives a bit of feedback about whether it can be played and if you can afford it. The card cost also goes red when you can't afford it now, so you get a little bit more feedback. I think in general, I'm trying to gear towards a little Christmas playtest, so I'm more focusing on stability and UX and tutorials and that sort of thing, rather than just raw features. I'll probably move back to features after Christmas, although I am adding some features, as you can see. So I've added structural integrity as numbers on it because that was a big request from the playtesting last time. So now we can actually see how much structural integrity you have rather than just how long the bar is. I show how much salvage you can get from a ship when you're intercepting it. You'll see that very soon. And basically, yeah, balance and fixes, can't spam the next day button. So I'm going to begin. Looking forward to this. Oh yeah, and this little transition effect there. I'm not entirely happy with it, but it's useful to sort of mask any sort of loading things. So heading to Earth, as always, 20 light years away. Already devastated by the Reptorians 10%. This will go up every day, so better get back to Earth before they gobble us all up. Half ahead is good, efficient with your energy. If I go full ahead, it starts using 15 per turn, and I haven't really got enough to sustain that at the moment, so half ahead is good. You can always go dead slow. You'll always have enough energy for that. So let's move. So nothing happened that day. We've detected a Reptorian scout. So this is level 1 difficulty. It's a small one. And here we go. This has been one of the new things. You can see that it's got, by didn't damage it at all, it would be worth 360 salvage and 360 matter and 100 energy, and it will intercept in 2 days. So let's go and intercept it. There we go. So there we go, reload card straight away. You see that reload card? It's a lot nicer than that white background we had before. Not a bad start. So yes, oh yeah, I forgot to say the card that I've added. The card of the week is thermal torpedoes. So hopefully we'll get toasty soon. So thermal torpedoes are an area of effect attack. 75% chance of causing a fire and a blast radius of 1. So blast radius of 1 is really the width of the armor. So it kind of just about gets into the internals if you can get it. So you don't want to fire it here because it will hit the guns and they will pop and they will miss. But if we go here, then you might get the reactor and you might get the engines. So now I can reload this. Listen for this noise. Oh yeah. Then I'm going to fire torpedoes. I'm going to just see if I can get into the reactor. Reload. Try and add sounds to all of the cards, well, at least most of them, as I go along. But it's easier said than done. So I'm adding cards faster than I can add artwork and everything. So they decided they want to start evading my torpedoes. I'm not sure as much I can do about it. I can't afford the iron pulse. There we go. Look, you can see it's red, so it's a bit more obvious. I can't play it. Could evade one of these one. There ones. 3. Because evade is 1 plus distance, so I'm actually two away. So it's 3. Worth doing, I think. Only got 1 energy. So this is the energy I have now, and then I got 2 more next turn because my reactor's producing 2. I think I'm going to just invest and lock on. I think I'm just going to sacrifice those torpedoes to the gods. Their thermals are going to survive. They generally attack the ones that are doing most damage. Which I may, change. I'd like it to be more predictable. So I like it to be predictable rather than random or picking the first one. So if you fire decoys, they'll usually attack those because they look very big. Right, let's go. Evaded a few of those. They're going to reload. I don't know. Oh yes, because we haven't got reload for the enemies. Yeah, we've only got. I'm asked the artist to just change the hands for slimy Reptorian hands here. I'm going to wait 1 turn for the point defense because at the moment I'll knock out 3. But if I wait 1 turn, it will be closer and I should be able to shoot down all 4. Because point defense works much better at close range. I might scramble them. No, I'm gonna save my power. I've got 2 redraws. And I'm not gonna shunt. I'm just save my reloads and see if I can. I don't know, scrambling might be fun. So I've caused some fires in the ship. I've toned down the fires a bit. Previously they were extremely bright and you couldn't actually see the guys inside, but now you can see them. But now they're being obfuscated by these huge fire hydrants. So I might change those. I might change it to more of a pulse rather than like flying things. Lock on. Now point defense. Time to shoot these babies down. Reload that and shoot that one down. I can just take 1 shot, I think. Now, effective command is no longer one no-brainer. It takes 1 energy to do effective command. Maybe they have to, I don't know, press some buttons or something, and it needs some of the ship energy. As I mentioned last time, I'd like to maybe think about having another resource for command, but quite thought it through yet. Or maybe you have a certain number of command things you can do a turn or something. I am going to fire lights, see if I can carry on going in here. I'm just going to let this one hit me. Direct hit. Could have been better. So this side's not great. I might flip over to the other side in a minute. I might fire these torpedoes and then flip. And that side is just ruined. I could repair it. So I could move Victoria or Sophia over to repair it. But given that this enemy is probably going to be dead soon, I don't think it's necessarily worth it. Oh yeah, look, so you can see the structural integrity's now got a number on it. I've got 294 because they hit me once. And they've got 186. So I can either beat them by destroying their morale, or I can defeat them by getting the structural integrity down to 0. I'm going to pay for some redraws, I think, because I want to get some more weapons on the case. These don't do very much damage. They get there very quickly though. So they're trying to evade again. There's not much I could do. I could shunt it back and they'd only evade 1, but nah. The other thing I could do is, this might be a cool trick. So this is a cool trick. So they're going to try and evade these 2 here, but I can move closer. I've got enough energy for this. Yeah. And then I can shunt this salvo. Oh, didn't quite work. I'm too dumb. Yeah, I had to shunt it 2 forwards. So they're still going to shoot 1 down, but because evade is better at long distance, they're only going to shoot 1 down, and then it's going to hit next turn. The thing I did not consider was that they're going to shoot me with 5, and nothing I can do. I'm going to just see if I can get lucky and get point defense. 1 more redraw. Come on, baby, come on. Yes! I got lucky! So they're going to have one striking me now. And I'm just going to carry on blasting. There's no need to evade so many. Boom! Right, I have managed to get into their internals now. So I've hit their engines here. And that means all of their engines go down. So they've got no thrust. They're dead in the water, cannot evade, cannot flip. They're panicking, so that wastes one of their cards. So they are on the back foot now. I actually don't want to damage this reactor very much, actually. I'll get more salvage if I don't total that reactor. I think they're going to surrender next turn, so I'm just going to wait. And look! Behold, the new surrender screen. I am getting my writer, who's also my sister, to maybe work on a lot of the writing in this game, because she's really witty and funny, and I think she'd be great at it. But I have these placeholders of what the kind of vibe I'm going for, which is, oh no, please leave us alone, take our ship and go. Oh, Queen Reptoria will not be happy about this when she finds out. So yeah, just the groveling captain. So taking the ship, getting the salvage. We've got heavily damaged armor. So if you've got heavily damaged stuff, you don't get as much. But because I didn't attack the actual weapons, those are worth quite a lot. So I think it was 360 or something was maximum, and I got 346. That's pretty good. Unfortunately, I did hit their reactor, so I'm only getting 50 for that. And they all got upgrade except Jimmy. So let's go and upgrade. What have we got? It's one of the new ones. They're both one of the new ones here. So this is the one that evades 1 projectile per turn. I should probably say evade 1 projectiles per turn from a salvo or something, so that they know it's not just like all of them. I think I should have a card that's evade 1 from all of them every turn. I think that'd be awesome. But this one is not that. In the flow is maneuvers cost less energy, so I think I'm going to get that one. See if I can work on the range game. Splitters, that's great for a range game. So splitters split every 2 turns. Doubles each turn. And that means that they can get extremely powerful if you can keep them in the air for a long time and not get shot down. So that works well with things like ion pulse, which will stop them shooting it down. So smashers are quite specialist. They do triple damage to vulnerable armor and half damage to everything else. Given that I've got nothing that will actually damage, nothing that will actually make things vulnerable, there's no point. Tempted to get some reload, because at the moment I haven't got any way to exhaust. I've got one card that exhausts cards. I haven't got it yet, but I haven't got any cards that will. I can't delete cards permanently from the deck yet. So sometimes you want to balance your deck with more reloads, which isn't really very nice, but it's better than having not enough reloads. So I'm going to pick that for sort of long-term thinking. Might as well balance my thermal pulse with the thermal torpedoes. We can go on a sort of fire run today. Overload. I always pick overload reactor. It's risky job, but it's worth it in the early game. Okay, that's my crew updated. I've got my ship good upgrade. So one thing I quite like to do early is I can scrap this, recover 100%. I might have to nerf that. This is a bit of a, I think everyone's going to want to do this at the beginning of the game. It's not really a choice. You kind of want to get rid of that because generally you want to just put two weapons here and then just have this so you can flip to the point defense when you need to. Reactor, well, you know, I'm going to wait. It's good. It costs 500 and I've got 446, so I'm going to wait to upgrade that. Okay, got another difficulty 1 scout. Let's go. So I'll save that in the flow because I think that might be quite useful. Start locking on. It's always worth doing that early. I could light their engines. That might be good because what I'm trying to do is get my splitters to survive. And if I can take down the... They haven't got any engineers, so if I can take down their engines and I can take down this, they won't be able to evade or shoot down my stuff, and then I can get splitters doing their thing. So I've been trying to get on stream for a very long time, and it's been quite annoying. So let's wait. Me, they're going to waste their point defense on that. I think I'd actually quite like them to do that. They're only lights, they're not going to do much damage anyway. Might as well fire mode. Let's overload. So this has a 50% chance of damaging the reactor, and of course it did. So you've got lock on and scramble. So when I move Victoria here, her cards are going to go into her, and they've been taken out of the deck until she comes back when she's finished her repair job. So in the flow, I will not do yet. I'm going to save that, and I'm going to sort of build up a bit more power. So you can see here that next time I'm getting 4 energy because they've overloaded the reactor. So even though it's caused a bit of temporary pain with having to repair it, I do think it's worth it. Let's start reloading. Just... I should have taken their engines really. I should have followed the strategy I was going for. So they're using point defense. Actually, they've decided to shoot the torpedo now. So I've taken down that. Now I'm just going to try and take down their engines. Go and shunt boards. Could actually just move closer and then shunt boards. And then this is where I regret my life decisions. Now they're going to hit me with torpedoes. So what I need now is some draws. Okay, I'm just going to take those hits. Oopsie. Now I am going to get Victoria redeployed over there to get to fix up that gun. I still haven't had the splitters. They're still waiting in the draw pile. So did they shoot the ones that? So the ones that they were going for the engines have destroyed the engines. So at the moment, like, they're dead in order. They can't evade and they can't shoot me down. This is where I can show you the fun of. I'm going to draw it soon. Let's spend some energy for some redraws. Save that. I just want to show you one of the last things that gets drawn. It's got to be drawn at some point. Come on. Literally the last one. settings now. Now, I could have saved that reload. So if I fire, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do in the flow. Now, can you see my maneuvers are free? So now I can go move away, fire the splitters. It's going to look so cool when this hits. I'm going to hit here on the bridge. And now I just let it do its work. So you can see that it's got split, doubles number of projectiles each turn. You can see that's got a persistent buff. And you can see that next turn it will be, now it's 2 and next turn it will be 4. If you're not colorblind. Although I think colorblind, you can to tell white from green. I don't think that's a common color blindness, is it? Tell me if it is. Okay, I'm going to just hold my guns. Because now I'm so far away, when they fire these torpedoes I can actually evade these. Because they're so far away, it's actually really cool to evade them. It's always sweet having that little straggler you don't know what to do with. Now can you see it's going from 4 to 8. What I really would like now is some sort of defense. I've got to look after this as it goes. So here we go. 16. They're still not shooting me. So what I can do, right, and this is really funny. I might do this next turn. I can shunt it back and then it keeps it in flight for even longer. And it gets obscene levels of power. I might even make splitter torpedoes exhausting. It's probably not a bad idea, is it? Because I quite like this double mechanic, but at the same time it's extremely powerful. I'm just going to hold out just to show you this thing. So Victoria's done a good job on this. Repair, send her back to the reactor. See if I can save my point defense for a bit later. Alright, in the flow would be quite useful as well. So what I could do is I'll save that for next turn. So look, it's going crazy. But they can't evade it. Look, they're not evading anything. And what I can do is real cheeky. So next turn this is going would have hit. It would have hit. I can go send it back. It's gonna double again. Which is just stupid really. So now what I can do is in the flow. So now I can go closer, I can flip, I can point defense, I can in theory reload, but I don't have any weapons. But now because it's going to hit me next time, I can just move away for free. So that in the flow, the thing I'm just hovering over here, is really nice actually. That felt really good. So I'm happy with that card I added this week. Now it's just, I mean, I'm going to have to do something with showing when you get too many pips. Maybe I make them half size or something, and then have a maximum of like something obscene like 1,000 or something. Yeah, maybe I'll just let it hit next turn. I mean, I could potentially get another shunt. Have I got a shunt in this pile? Not really. It's going to be ages before I get another shunt. I've got 10 draws though. So I could, I just want to show it to you just because it's hilarious. Lock on. I got lucky that time. So it's going to redraw through that, but I could get the shunt. So if I get a shunt, it would be really funny. Do that to roll the dice again. Sophia's actually a bit wounded. Let's move her in there to do some repair. Yeah, I didn't get lucky with this shunt, so it's just going to hit and it's going to be something like 32. So you ready? Here they come. Oh, they're going to fire theirs first, and here we go. 32. Bye-bye, bridge crew. Yeah, I would have surrendered at that. Yeah, that card's too fun to nerf. I think I'm going to nerf it in a different way. I was thinking about making it nerfed so that you only added it linearly, so added 4 or something every turn. But doubling is just so fun. But I think I might make it one use, so you really have to look after it. And then once you've used it, you can't use it again for that combat. Because if you can juggle it like that, you can cause some extreme damage. And there we go. So I did quite a bit of damage to the ship. But I've still got 172. So you can see by the difference of doing so much more damage to it is that I haven't got nearly as much salvage. Oh, Jimmy, you almost up to 99 out of 100. So no crew updates, I'm afraid, but I have, and this is a bug alert. I need to fix that for next week. So because I think I ended with reactors boosted, set that to 4. It won't be permanent, but it just looks funny. So it looks like 5, but actually it will be 3 when I get into combat. I think if it stays as 5, it really is a big boy bug. But I think that's just a need to kick it at the end of combat. So let's head back to Earth, 15 light years away. I've only got 155 energy, so I mean warp fuel. So we've got a level 8 difficulty guy. 400 salvage this time. Oh, that's another thing I should add for when I'm going through this. I go through these just to give me ideas to make sure that I add them to my backlog. I should get more salvage for level 2 things, like level 2 armor. Should definitely do that. Alright, so they're closing. They were running away, but they've decided that they think they can take me on, so have at him. Yeah, so it'd be good to hope I get a bit more armor, a bit more salvage for level 2 stuff. But this one's got a shield. They haven't really updated anything other than that. So they've got a shield and they've got a bit more armor here and there. And their bridge is way more protected. But other than that, they don't look too tough. I think the best way in, because obviously going through the reactors would be lovely. If you could get through that wall, it would just smash both of those reactors. But there's a shield in the way, and I don't have any way of flipping them around. So I think I'm going to go for their weapons here. So yes, can you see reactors producing 3? So it was only a little glitch at the end of combat. So I think lights are quite good for just, so I might move closer, find my lights at the next turn, maybe contact, and if I get lucky they'll smash up the point defense. Reload. Wait. Definitely have some sort of relic that gives you more draws to begin with, or some perk for a crew member. Maybe relics should be perks for crew members. Get all my best ideas on stream. So yeah, just keep blasting. Lock on. Lock on. It makes a huge difference when you produce 3 per turn. Now thermals. This is a good thing to show you that thermals are pretty bad against this enemy. This is the kind of enemy that thermals don't work well against. And maybe I should make more of these enemies with double armor. Because double armor, you can't. The thermal warheads are sort of area of effect attacks. So unless you can increase that, which I will have cards to increase the blast range, unless you can increase it, then you can't really. So if I try and go here, it's going to hit those weapons, and it will probably not hit the room. If I hit here, it will just blast out and not hit anything. If I hit here, it will hit the shield and not blast out. So there's literally almost no. I mean, I might get lucky and get fire in there, but I'm not even going to try. I'm going to just wait. Fire thermals at me. So I've made thermals a little bit more. They're more likely to fire thermals themselves. And there's a special thing saying roast them up. And I think like they're also more powerful. So they used to fire only 3, but now they fire 5. So they are a bit of a problem when they hit thermals, because I think they shoot them at my bridge, which is not good for Jimmy and Demetrius here. So what I really want now is some defense. I might save that in the flow because I might need to make a quicker exit. So I've got thermal pulse, which I could use to just sort of could take down that shield, really. I mean, now they've flipped, it could be a strategy to try and get into their reactors, but I'm tempted to try and get the energy, because then I can get a bit more fast, go a bit faster towards Earth. God, I must use that. They haven't fired anything yet, but they will, so I'm going to save my basic point defense. My thermals I could use now, so I could use them against, so if I go here, that will be a nice spot for them. There. And I can thermal pulse them, which would be fun. Sets of fire in all those 3 rings. I should have done the bridge, because the bridge is, they get really upset when their bridge gets taken down. I might save this shunt just in case they start to try and shoot us down. So they've got their repair guys on the giant. They're still stupid with repairing. They just repair right in front of load of incoming torpedoes. So they're bringing these guys in. I'm not too worried about them right now. I think I've got a trick up my sleeve when they get close. I've got 2-point defenses here. So I don't need my shunt, because it's going to make it anyway. So I'm going to keep... Do I want to use my ion pulse? I'm tempted to take down that... What you can do is fire things towards this shield and then take the shield down with the ion pulse just before it hits. But I'm not doing that, so I'm going to get rid of that. All splitters. I'm going to save that for next turn. You'll see my plan in a minute. Overload. Got lucky. Scramble. Lots of energy. So you can see these guys are born with low thrust to mass ratio because they're just a big heavy ship with lots of armor. Let's fire the torpedoes. Just carry on firing them. Okay, so 5 fires in here now. So Larry's got his work cut out for him. Now, my plan. So I'm going to flip. No, I'm going to use in the flow. So I've got 3 maneuvers for the rest of the turn. And now I can flip. Point defense. I can reload. Point defense. And I could take 2 fires, but I don't want to be honest. Fires aren't happy with this. And this one would hit me next time because I've got all these free maneuvers. I can boom boom out of the way, all the way to the end, and fire my splitters, which, as you know, are exciting. I might even try and get into the bridge. That's not good. Let's try and go for their engines. Let's see if we can double and double and double and double. Disable their engines. They've got lots of engineers. Bar Reptoria and Bill. Don't need to overload my reactor, I've got plenty of power now. It'd be good to shoot this down before it hits me there. Oh, they've surrendered. Why were they so sad? What did I do to make them sad? I think maybe, and this is another thing I should balance, I think the fires were probably are probably a little bit too scary for them. I think that those sort of 8 fires in the ship were causing them to get really upset, even though they were kind of controlling them. So I might make that less aggressive, because it kind of wasn't really satisfying to make them quit there. I think it would have been good to get my splitters in the job again. I don't think they were properly defeated. And look, everyone has got an upgrade. We're getting them like a bus. All the buses turning up. So, new cards. Find a weak spot. Adapt or die. That's quite a good one. It's like exhausting stuff. This one is quite good if you want to adapt to the enemy. So you can start exhausting the things that don't apply to that enemy. So this is quite good if you have lots of cards and you want to just strip them down. I don't have a morale problem right now. I've got make armor vulnerable. That is really nice. It's too. This is overpowered. It should be 1 turn. I'll take that. Well, it's overpowered. Outmaneuver is always amazing. This one's good if they're firing lots of little salvos at you. So this is quite good for a long range game because they're often firing lots at you and they're all in flight. And if you then you can sort of just get rid of loads of them at once. But outmaneuver is lovely, but it's lots of energy. Let's do bob and weave. We haven't used that very much. Nick, you got a lot of cards. Big barrage. Do I want big barrage? I sort of feel like I'm diluting my deck too much here. Do you like heavy warheads though? 15 damage per projectile. So 15 times 3, 45. That's more, but it uses twice as much. And you have to sort of really get those guys working. If I had something like there's a card called Replicate. Let's see if I can get if I get a Replicate. Let's see what other people are going to offer me. This may be another strategy. I didn't think about this. You should probably like check what everyone's going to get before you do it. See if they synergize as they go. So thermal pulse. Nothing I really want there. Reloading frenzy is always fun, but I don't really have. But I will have. I'll pick reloading frenzy, and I'm going to pick more explosives. That's good. Hang on a minute. Oh, bug. Okay, this is a big one. I need to make sure that you can't. This is like just exploit. Exploit. How come I never thought of this? That's really bad. So that's basically just recalculate, giving me new cards every time I come back in here. So I can just keep coming back until I'm happy. This would have been useful last time. Phase. And do ion torpedoes. Quite fun. Ion torpedoes do extra damage to shields. And they give you an ion blast as well, which disables rooms. I'm going to skip that one. I'm not going to take that, although maybe I could take the jammer. I'm going to just do the honourable thing and skip that. Let's go. It's level 10. So let's go to the ship. I think I can upgrade something. So I think next thing to upgrade is starting to upgrade my weapons. So I've upgraded that. So I've got 3 torpedoes in that direction. Oh, they're running. Got plenty of energy, so I could catch them up in 5 days. 5 days at 15. It's expensive. I'm going to break off the intercept and just carry on back to Earth. Oop, at normal speed. So I can sneak up on these guys. Level 9. They're running as well. 2.8 days though, I can manage that. Basically chasing them down and going full ahead to see if I can chase them. It's using a lot of fuel, but I should be able to take them. That's very interesting. I'll open that up and have a look later. What's the error? Null reference, as it always is. Possibly be. Let's try my usual trick of going back in and seeing if that helps. No, there's something wrong with this ship. I wonder if there's something wrong with the particular build I've got. Hang on. Let's see if I can 3.5 days. I might be able to catch them up. I'm wondering if... What did I do that was different last time? It's definitely not happy now. Is it something to do with this ship? That's not very good, is it? I wonder if I should have to start a new game. At least I've got this all on camera. It's one of the reasons I do these streams, is because then I can get the offending bug on camera. I'd love to know what enemy that was. Can't engage it. My normal trick didn't work. I'm going to have to start a new game. Sorry. Let's see if this actually even works. So I'm going to sort of see if I can cheat to give myself some more energy. See if I can get back to where I was. As if you never see. Because in my crew, I won't have all the cards that I had. Level 11. This is going to be hard without good cards. See if I can cheat and give myself some, at least upgrade my ship a bit. See if I can get back to where I was. Although maybe this is what caused the crash. Pain. First time I haven't been able to continue a game. Just don't know what was special about that. About that one in particular. Very strange. Anyway, let's see if I can get back on the wagon. I think I can also upgrade my crew as well, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of cheat to sort of get to a similar situation to where I was. I'll do this, there we go, so I can level these guys up a bit. And if you get hold of the build, you'll be able to cheat too. Adapt or die. Pick that this time. I did the flow, didn't I? I've got splitters, get splitters. Big barrage this time. Splitters. No. Got thermals, got those. Why is it offering basic torpedoes? I should never offer that as a reward. That's so bad. Replicator, that should be good. Blast through this shield. Probably not the most sensible, but there aren't really many weak spots. I could have gone for their engines, that might have been fun. Maybe I'll set their engines on fire. Yeah, never happy when I see a big crash like that. I think I need to, I try my very best to try and keep the game as stable as possible. Turn to against these. I'm not sure I'm going to be very successful. I would like to use adapt or die. I'll never use that. So I can point defense this. I can move away, give myself more time. This is when, like, I think picking up these stragglers, it's quite good for that one that gets rid of them all. I don't know what it was called. Set fire to them again. I'm very busy. Onboard fires, -5. That's a bit. I wonder what caused them to be so deeply unhappy last time. Lock on. Now. I could shunt one back, I'll save that. Replicator and Splitter is going to be a real nice combo. I want to save that really. And I think the only thing I can do now is shunt that back and take one of those. I've got fire now in my sick bay. Who wants to repair it? You can repair it. Captain Jimmy. Repair it. Get rid of it. Captain Jimmy. Now let's fire my splitters off. I'm going to go right through their reactor. Now if I replicate it, Alexa, that's going to add 2. That's going to be 4 plus 4. That's going to give it a good start. No, I really need to take care of this thermal torpedo. I don't have any evade. I'm going to evade one of them. That's all I can do. I haven't got any more jaws. So now we have more fire. So I'll deal with repair in a minute. Save that point defense. Reload that because I'm not going to do that big barrage. Save that point defense. Oh, they can evade. I know what I can do. Ion pulse. If I do that here, just taking their engines out so that now they can't do it. They still wasted 3 energy on it though. I need to sort this bug out as well, which is something goes wrong when they have a shield. Still got this guy going. I think they're going to use point defense cannons now. They're not so good at long distance. If I get lucky, I might get something that... Yeah, there's not much I can do. I'm just going to have to let it get gobbled with those point defenses. I can only stop them so much. It's still doubling nicely. Shoot that down. Oh, I forgot to send someone to repair. Oh no, Demetrius is burning. I'm not keeping my ship in order. Set their fire, then fire in all their rooms. I'm going to actually get rid of it in the flow here, see if I can get some better cards coming around. Reloading. Not quite as impressive as it was earlier. Now I can probably get some lights in here to finish off. I should move closer. And closer. Oh, Demetrius is wounded. I'm going to need to get some more people on these fires. Sending Demetrius to the sick bay. Should have some sort of heartbeat sound to let them know that he's in trouble. And maybe have like little things going. You've got redraws. You've got fires on your ship. Unattended fires. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? That would be good for these. Right. vaporizing them. Now they're panicking. Sophia's still putting the fire out. Jimmy's just about hanging on. Demetrius is back, fully healed. Adapt or die. And use point defense. Reload. 6. I think I'm just doing that thing. Sorry. Hey, surrender. There we go. I'm probably going to call this one early actually because I want to investigate that bug. And I don't really like the way that it stopped the game. I've had to restart it. So unless anyone has any objections, I think I'm going to go and sort of have a look at that and then hit the sack and come back next week with more stuff. As we go towards the Christmas playtest, I'll probably announce that soon properly. And if you're interested in playtesting, I'd love to have your feedback. So yeah, like, wish, subscribe, wish list. Onto the Reptorians, it's getting fun.